Jake, thank you. Time now for our top stories this Monday. The U.S. says it is ready to defend its assets in the Middle East if Iran launches an attack. The Pentagon says Iran will attack U.S. or Israeli targets sometime this week, and it comes after Israeli attacks Iran's consulate in Syria last week.
A salvage crew began removing containers from the cargo ship that crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge as they work to remove the ship from the port of Baltimore. Crews say next steps will include removing parts of the collapsed bridge from the water as they work to reopen the port.
College basketball will crown a new championship tonight. The UConn Huskies and Purdue Boilermakers play in tonight's national game as UConn seeks to win back-to-back titles. The game tips off tonight at 8:20 on TBS.
And we have to talk about the ladies, right? And the women's tournament. The South Carolina Gamecocks secured the perfect season. South Carolina defeated Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes in yesterday's national title game. The Gamecocks have finished the season with 38 wins and no losses.
It doesn't get any better than a perfect season.
A perfect season.
Perfect. Oh my goodness, congrats.